My next collection visit takes me toward the Twin Cities. Of all the collections on my trip, Randy Reniker's might be my favorite. Randy lives in Lino Lakes and has spent a number of years collecting a Minnesota icon. You know what comes to mind for me? It's that wonderful Hamm's musical jingle. I can't sing it, but I can hear it.
Oh yes, you're talking about the famous Tom Tom from the early 1950s.
Can you sing it?
Absolutely. From the land of sky blue waters, waters, from the land of pine, lofty balsam, Hamm's the beer refreshing, Hamm's the beer refreshing, Hamm's.
You should cut your own album. Do you have any of the old musical?
I absolutely do.
From the land of sky blue waters, waters, from the land of pines, lofty balsam, comes the beer refreshing, and the beer refreshing. From the land of sky blue waters.
Of all the varieties of beer, Randy, you could have chosen really any. Why Hamm's?
The connection to the outdoors is really what drew me in. As an outdoorsman, I love the lakes, the trees, the up north feel, and Hamm's really captured that. The advertising that Hamm's used was so unique and so different than anything anyone else did. And they were known for some of the most beautiful advertising out there for so many years.
Hamm's has a rich history in Minnesota, doesn't it?
Yeah, the history of the Hamm's brewery dates back to the early 1860s. Theodore Hamm was an immigrant from Germany in the 1850s, and when he came to St. Paul, he worked in the brewery with another gentleman who eventually went to California for the secondary gold rush. When he failed in his gold venture, Theodore Hamm acquired the brewery and eventually changed the name to the Theo Hamm Brewery. And that was founded in 1865 in the east side of St. Paul. My first collectible was a sign that I was gifted from my father via my grandfather. So when I was a little boy, my grandfather had a basement bar, a real simple basement bar. And I remember from the time I was about that tall that there was this beautiful Hamm sign on the wall. And it had a boat and it had some folks water skiing. So I remember asking my grandpa when I was a little boy, I said, "Grandpa, who's on that picture?" And he looked at me as a matter of fact, and he said, "Well, that's your great-grandma Elsie, that's me, and that's Grandma Artie right there. And that little fella, that's your Uncle Ernie." And for the longest time, I thought Grandpa was shooting me straight. Years later, of course, I found out it was just an advertising piece. And today I'm fortunate to own that piece. I've been heavy collecting into the Hamm's brewery advertising and memorabilia for about 6 years now. The items can be very hard to find. Some of the items, the more common items, would be the items from the 70s and 80s. The items prior to that, really the golden years of Hamm's from the 50s and 60s, those items can be tougher to find because really they weren't designed to be kept. Some of the plastic signs, they were designed to go on a bar or tavern wall, and when they were done, a lot of times they just went in the trash. Hamm's was really prolific in the advertising of their products. They recognized that the more product they could get out there, the more advertising, the more beer they were going to sell. That's the best thing about this collecting community, is to show it and to share it with friends and others who appreciate it. Hamm's is now owned by Molson Coors, and it's still brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One of my most favorite things is to drink a Hamm's beer out of a vintage Hamm's glass. So I'll take a glass that's 100 years old and I'll pour a beer that was maybe brewed a month ago into that old glass, and I'll toast with a friend and enjoy a crisp, cool Hamm's beer.
It's a taste of history, isn't it?
It's absolutely a taste of history.
From the land of sky blue